Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
We are live in sweaty Ozark, Missouri. It's 100 degrees and it's about to get even hotter. Springfield Metropolitans, Republic Locos, Week 2 of the 2023 Grip and Rip Baseball League about to get going. Locos being introduced right now. Let's go ahead and meet the starters. First, for the Springfield Metropolitans, the Dark Empire will be the visitors in today's game in their black jerseys with white pants. They will lead off with their center fielder, the Grip and Rip League's all-time leader in base hits. He wears number 2, Skylar Carter. In left field, 50 hits for his GRBL career. He wears number 6, that's Jared Brashler. In right field, batting third, the Mets franchise player from Republic, Missouri, number 7, Harrison Waters. Batting fourth is the first baseman, wears number 10 from Sedalia, Missouri, Tyler Rusk. Batting fifth, the third baseman, is number 9, Mark Blem. Batting sixth, two-time MVP at shortstop, number 8, Clay Murphy. Batting seventh is the catcher. He wears number 17, Michael Easter. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 5, Ben Hammett. Batting ninth is the extra hitter. He's number 12, Robert Fackrell. And the pitcher for the Springfield Metropolitans wears the number 11, an NCAA All-American and a former farmhand with the Texas Rangers organization. That is the slider specialist, Chris Matlock. So it's Carter, Brashler, Waters, Rusk, Blem, Murphy, Easter, Hammett, Fackrell, and Matlock for the Springfield Metropolitans. Battery mates today. Easter receiving the balls and strikes from Chris Matlock. For the Republic Locos, they will lead off with their shortstop, the GRBL Hall of Famer Caleb Cole. Batting second is the Locos franchise player coming off of a 16-hit in 10-game performance a season ago, number 3, Trent Simpson. Batting third, the second baseman, number 6, Ben Van Gorp. Batting fourth, the extra hitter, Big Country from Salem, Missouri, number 13, John Arts. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 7, Cole Hazelhorst. Batting sixth is the third baseman, number 4, from Waynesville, Missouri, Trey Simpson. Batting seventh is the manager and first baseman, number 24, Chris Mesa. Batting eighth is the right fielder. He wears number 10, Jacob Wright. Batting in the 9 position, the left fielder, a medical assistant, number 8, Daryl Neighbors. And pitching for the Republic Locos, he wears number 9, from Joplin, Missouri, Jon Bortz, a right-hander. So it's Cole, Trent Simpson, Van Gorp, Arts, Hazelhorst, Trey Simpson, Mesa, Wright, Neighbors, and Bortz for the Locos. Jon Bortz throwing gas to his battery mate, Cole Hazelhorst. We will bring you the first pitch right after this. It is Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free, right here on YouTube.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
One injury item of note to tell you about, that is for the Springfield Metropolitans. They are likely without pitcher Jaron Dishman for the foreseeable future. The big right-hander from Walnut Grove, Missouri, injured in the season opener. He was the opening day starter. Suffered what is believed to be a torn MCL in one of his knees in that ball game. So Dishman, he is down in the Mets dugout today. Actually, he's out on the field right now. Looks like he's going to go be a first base coach for the start of this game for the Mets as they bat in the first. So Jaron Dishman still part of this club, but out of the action. On the pitcher's mound for the Republic Locos is number 9, the 42-year-old from Joplin, Missouri, Jon Bortz. He is originally from Portage, Wisconsin, graduated from Portage High School in 1999, and then played college baseball at the University of Wisconsin La Crosse. Then played amateur baseball throughout Wisconsin in the Home Talent League. That's a little bit different up in the upper Midwestern states, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan. They call it town baseball. You see this a little bit in Indiana as well. But so the Home Talent League is actually comprised of 4 smaller circuits, and then they all come together to play a championship at the end. So there's a total of 44 clubs in that league. However, Jon Bortz played for the Rio Railmen. Was actually teammates with his brother Anthony along the way. Pretty cool story. But big family guy, Jon Bortz. Matter of fact, he wore his son's jersey to tryouts in the GRBL this year because he thought it would just bring him a little bit of extra luck. And right now lives in Joplin, Missouri, drives 1 hour each way to play here on Sundays, but says, yeah, this trip's absolutely worth it. This is, without question, the best place to keep playing the game that he loves. Had a good debut for the Locos in 2022 with a 3.64 ERA. It was actually a sub 2.0 ERA prior to the playoff semifinals. 24 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 10 earned on 30 hits, struck out 23 and walked 8. Last outing was just a week ago for the Locos. Pitched 2 innings, no earned runs on just 1 hit, struck out 3. He threw 28 pitches in those 2 innings, and 22 of those pitches were strikes. Skylar Carter sends one right side. It's off the first baseman's mitt, and Carter is aboard. That's going to be scored as an infield single because that was a pretty hot shot. Chris Meza dove, but not able to hang on. So Skylar Carter, just like that, adds to his career hit total. He is the league's all-time leader. As a matter of fact, he now has 67. So Carter is on for Jared Brashler. Got his 50th hit in the final game of 2022. Just the 3rd player to ever accomplish that feat in what is now 7 years and change of GRBL ball. Brashler looked at a strike from Jon Bortz. Skylar Carter was out of action a week ago. He was on a business trip to Puerto Rico. So that's a good way to get things started with a new club. Get a base hit. Brashler down in the count, 0-2. Bortz comes set. Carter takes off. Brashler goes down on strikes. Hazelhorst's throw almost ended up in center field, but the high-flying Ben Van Gorp snags it. It's a stolen base for Skylar Carter. It's a strikeout for Jon Bortz. So Carter is into scoring position for Harrison Waters. Dirty Harry, 16 hits in 39 at-bats in 2022. He was 2 for 4 last week with a triple and a couple of runs scored. His career hit total at 34. This is his 4th season. Swing and a miss there. Umpires for this one, Ryan Virch behind home plate calling the balls and strikes. Chandler Hodges out on the bases. Bortz looks in. Looks back at the runner Carter, who's dancing around on second base. Waters try to check. Looks like that hit the bat. Yes, that is strike 2. So Waters falls behind in the count. This is Jon Bortz baseball. Very good at throwing first pitch strikes. Just very good at staying ahead in counts. Waters rips one into right. That's going to go to the wall. Jacob Wright relays the ball in, but that's going to be plenty of time for Skylar Carter to score, and the Mets lead 1-0. An RBI base hit off the bat of Harrison Waters. And just like that, the Mets manufacture themselves a run. Waters got a good rip. Wright got a little bit of a late jump, but I certainly don't think he really had a shot at making the play. He was just trying to read the depth of where that thing was going to go and screamed on out off the wall in right. Tyler Rusk bats here. Rusk was 2 for 3 in his debut. Drove in a run, scored a couple, also walked and struck out once. Swung and missed there. That evens the count 1-1. Tyler Rusk, prior to last week's opener, had been out of baseball since 2017. Played college ball at Crowder College in Neosho, Missouri. That's a junior college. Played a little bit at Central Methodist University in Fayette, Missouri. Impressed at tryouts for sure, with a powerful set of hands and a quick bat. He's up here 2-1. Bortz worked to the inner half, that is swung on, fouled off. Even up here 2-2. Bortz going back to touch the rosin. Sweaty day out there for sure. The temperature at game time right at 100 degrees for the first pitch. Heat indices at or around 110. There is just a little bit of wind to speak of, but the wind has died off a little bit. Rusk swung and just fouled that, so he stays in the hunt. One out. It's a 1-0 lead for the Mets. They strike early. A single from Skylar Carter, an RBI double from Harrison Waters after Carter stole a bag. 2-2 from Jon Bortz. Swing and a miss. Bortz punches out Tyler Rusk, his second strikeout of the game. And that is 2 away with a runner on for Mark Blem. Third baseman out of Morrisville, Missouri. Blem Tool Company, his sponsor. That was founded by Mark's father, Jerry Blem. He was one of the world's pioneers of paintless dent repair and auto body work. So Blem Tool Company ships tools all over the world. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Bortz ran a slider on the inner half for a strike to get ahead. It is 1-2. Right-hander sends this one. That is toward the gap in right center. That will get down. Waters is going to come around third. He will score. It's 2-0 for the Mets. Back-to-back RBI games for Mark Blem. That single to right makes it 2-0. So the fun continues in the first for the Dark Empire. Clay Murphy, the two-time MVP, steps in, looking for his first hits of 2023. Mets with 3 hits in the first. We expect the Locos to try to exploit pitching depth today. They used 5 arms week 1 in a 4-3 loss to the Moon City Mavericks. Like to probably see Jon Bortz, Drew Noble, Ben Graham, Ben Van Gorp, Ethan Stenger, all possibilities. They've got other guys who can pitch on top of that. Murphy grounds one right side. That is past Ben Van Gorp and into center field. Murphy with his first hit of 2023, and it's a good one as it sends Mark Blem first to third. So Clay Murphy had 12 hits a season ago. He's got 1 for the campaign here in 2023. First and third for the catcher Mike Easter, the auto mechanic from Springfield, Missouri. It's going to be a mound visit for the Locos. Chris Mesa goes over to visit with Jon Bortz. Bortz has given up 4 hits, one of them, one of those kind of either way things on a hot shot where the first baseman dove and ended up being ruled a hit, not an error. Fine call nonetheless, so the 2 runs on the board are earned. But a good chance to punch out of the inning here. Bortz, 2 outs, runners on the corners, comes home, throws a fastball for ball 1. Easter checked it. 1-0 now, swung on, fouled back, and the count's even. Michael Easter was 2 for 4 in the Mets opener and drove in a couple of runs. 27 hits for his career. He's an original from 2016. Looked at a Steerike there. It's 1-2. Mike came into this looking a little meaner, a little leaner. He's been training hard. A workout partner is actually Todd Tolbert, member of the Locos. Those guys have stayed in shape together in the off seasons for several years now. Bortz ran that one inside, and Easter did not swing. Full count, it is 3-2. Jon Bortz trying to punch his way out of the first. Mets trying to extend it. Payoff pitch to Michael Easter, swung on, grounded, left side. Up with that is Trey Simpson, and his throw to Chris Mesa in time to get the out. So the Springfield Metropolitans string a few together. They lead 2-0. RBIs for Harrison Waters and Mark Blem. Locos get their first opportunity to play offense when we come back. And Chris Matlock goes to the hill for the Mets.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
to work here in 2023. His first start, first appearance on the pitcher's mound for the campaign. Chris Matlock. A season ago with the Moon City Mavericks, 31 2/3 innings. He allowed 6 earned runs on 28 hits. That was a 1.71 ERA, 27 strikeouts to go with 6 walks and 3 hit batsmen. So in terms of individual stats, it was just as good as Chris Matlock has ever been. And get this, he comes into today's game 110 innings pitched in grip and rip baseball for his career. 30 earned runs, 92 hits, 99 strikeouts to 19 walks, a career ERA of 2.45. So, Chris Matlock's first strikeout of the day would be the 100th of his grip and rip baseball league career. That is a special milestone. Only 7 pitchers have done that so far in the 8-year history of this league. So Chris Matlock trying to pitch his way into an elite club. Needs 1K to do it. I'm sure his manager Brock Chaffin would be happy with a 1-2-3 inning of any sort, but Matlock will go for strikeout number 100 against the Republic Locos today. Here's Caleb Cole, a GRBL Hall of Famer. He was the second player ever to get 50 hits in the grip and rip, so a couple of storied veterans about to lock horns here. Caleb Cole looking for his first hit of 2023, looks at a strike. He was 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI week 1. There's a slider swung on, turned foul down the left field line, and here we go. 0-2 for Caleb Cole. Chris Matlock from Springfield, Missouri, went to college at the University of Central Missouri, is 1 strike away. Winds and deals to Caleb Cole. No. So we'll set him up and do it again. Good eye from Caleb Cole. Ball and 2 strikes, and now Cole steps out. He's going to... Yep, already, with it being 100 degrees, having some problems with sweat going into his eyes. Back into the box he goes, Matlock for the Century Club. Swing and a foul ball. So we'll set it up and do the 1-2 again. Ball and 2 strikes, 5th pitch of the plate appearance. Chris Matlock shakes off something from Easter, now comes home. No, he thought that was it, but the man in charge says no. 2-2. That was called high to the Locos leadoff man. Next offering from Matlock. Swing, this is popped. It's going to stay on the playing surface. Over to get it is Rusk, and he makes the catch just behind the first base coach's box for out number 1. Well, the date with destiny perhaps has to wait. Trent Simpson steps in for the Locos. He was 1 for 4 in the opener, 16 for 33 in 2022. That was a .485 average, which is why he is the 2022 Rookie of the Year. 27-year-old from Waynesville, Missouri. Watched a slider go up and out for a ball. Matlock's body language says all you need to know about what he thought of that. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a grounder, right side. Up with that is Hammett for the Mets, and his throw to Rusk is in time for the second out. So here's BVG, Ben Van Gorp. Looking for his first hit of 2023 out of Nixa, Missouri. Went to Evangel University. Swing and a miss there from the man who says he is your favorite player's favorite player. BVG. Down 0-1 here. Slider from Matlock is up. Ball and a strike to BVG. Matlock gets the sign from Easter, comes home. Swung on in the air, center field. Carter, oh goodness, he was running forward and that ball kept carrying. It's off Carter's glove to the wall in center field. BVG on second. The ball is loose on the infield. Running for third. The scoop not happening for Hammett, and Van Gorp is safe at third base. That has been scored a hit. But without question, the misplay in center field. Skylar Carter took 3 steps in, then hit the brakes and started running back. And by that time, Van Gorp's ball was just beyond his reach. So BVG's at third for Jon Bortz with 2 away, the left-hander. The barber from Salem, Missouri, looked at a strike. 2-0 for the Mets. Bottom of the first, Chris Matlock trying to get out of a first inning jam. 0-1 pitch. That's outside to the lefty Arts. He was 0 for 3 week 1. This is grounded up the middle to the shortstop. Murphy up with it, takes his time and gets the throw to Rusk to get the out. So the Locos threaten but come away empty-handed. It's a shutout inning for Matlock. 2-0 Mets. Back with more Grip and Rip baseball right after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Jocelina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
So Jon Bortz back to work for the Republic Locos. They trail by 2. Game 2 of our GRBL Sunday triple header. And with the exception of a little break for Labor Day, we will have 6 consecutive triple headers here in the GRBL. All leading up to the playoff eliminators in October, followed by the semifinals, and then one title tilt to settle it all, the Howard Bell Trophy. Nixa Suckers got a nice win earlier today, 9-5. They defeated the Branson Showmen. That makes Nixa 2-0. And so the Suckers have first place in the GRBL South. Showmen fall to 1-1. This is a tilt between a couple of GRBL North Division teams. They both came into the day 0-1. So one of these clubs will walk away with its first win of 2023. Conversely, somebody's going to drop to 0-2 and fall into the cellar. But at least at this phase of the season, with it just being the second of 7 regular season games, it's a pretty nice basement with a walkout and plenty of opportunities to get back up that hill. Ben Hammett steps in for the Springfield Metropolitans. It'll be Hammett, Fackrell, and we'll see if they bat Chris Matlock or go back to the top of the order after that. Bortz missed the catcher's mitt. Outside ball 1. Hammett started the season 0-4. Struck out a couple of times. So came on and pitched the 10th inning for the Mets a week ago. 2-0, Hammett definitely took a daddy hack there for a strike. Bortz mixing pitch as well. A couple of guys in their 40s battling it out here. Hammett swung and missed there. Counts even 2-2. Ben now 44, I do believe. Bortz is 42. 2-2 pitch. Oof, swing and a miss. Bortz got him with the off speed. Down on strikes goes Hammett. That's the third strikeout of the game for Jon Bortz. And that will bring up Robert Fackrell. Fackrell, 3 hits as a rookie with the Branson Showmen in 2021. He's been playing with a club out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. But happy to be playing a lot closer to home here, just outside of Springfield, Missouri in Ozark. Swung and chased there. Swing and a miss there. Yeah, Fackrell sporting a haircut. What happened to all that glorious hair? It's not coming out the bottom of the helmet anymore, that's for sure. Looking, Jon Bortz dialing it in. His 4th strikeout of the game, and yes, Chris Matlock is going to bat. I'm here for it. Matter of fact, Chris Matlock had a great season swinging the bat for Moon City in 2022. Get this, he was 7 for 14, a double, 2 runs batted in. Struck out just 3 times, walked once and got a hit once. So pitchers who can stick it are awesome. That was a big fan. Matlock was sitting fastball and Bortz threw him a change. Oh and 1, 2 away. That was the gas and Matlock was behind it chasing. That looked like a pitcher's swing. 0-2. Bortz kicks and deals. Down he goes. Jon Bortz gave up a couple in the first, but responds by striking out the side. We stay 2-0. Springfield Mets out in front. Locos look to answer. When we come back, it is Grip and Rip Baseball. And when you're watching on YouTube, remember, like, share, and subscribe.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Good GRBL trivia question has got the boys in the press box stumped. You can get in on this too if you're watching at home. All you need to do is hop on the GRBL's Facebook page and send a direct message naming 3 of the active players who were members of the original 60 Grip and Rip players back in 2016. There are, I do believe, 11 active players here in 2023 who were part of that original fraternity. back in 2016. A couple of them are in this game, as a matter of fact. One of them behind the plate for the Springfield Metropolitans. And another one is due to come bat this inning for the Republic Locos. But first, Cole Hazelhorst, not the answer to the trivia question. He's from Woodstock, Georgia. Broke into the Grip and Rip League as a 21-year-old in 2021. So Cole, just 5 years too late. Down 0-1 here to Chris Matlock. Swings and lifts this one in the air to right. Harrison Waters tracks it, finds it, and makes the catch for the out. So here is Trey Simpson. He is a rookie here in 2023. He is from Waynesville, Missouri. And his brother Trent Simpson is the 2022 Rookie of the Year. Wouldn't you know it, the two of them are teammates right here, right now, with the Republic Locos. Trey, 1 for 3 in his debut, scored a run. Looked at a strike there. One. Slider swung on and put in the air to center field. That's down for a base hit, the second of Trey Simpson's career, and it comes off the veteran Chris Matlock. So here's Chris Mesa, and yes, he is part of that original 60 fraternity. From the College of DuPage, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, moved to Springfield, Missouri for his last 2 years of college at Missouri State. Played on the club baseball team. And yes, he was out here year one. This is Chris's 4th year managing a team. He was kind of the de facto assistant manager for Austin Kendrick a couple of times. Back prior to the town ball era, they were together on the A&L Electric Shockers a couple times. Made it to the championship game in 2019. Down on strikes goes Chris Mesa, and that is the 100th strikeout of Chris Matlock's career. Big moment for the veteran Chris Matlock. They pause and recognize him just briefly. Guys in the Mets dugout are calling for that baseball, and yes, Chris obliges and tosses that over. So a nice souvenir for Chris Matlock, just the 8th player in the history of this league to get 100 strikeouts in his GRBL career. Big moment for Matlock. The inning goes on. Here's Jacob Wright for the Locos, swing and a miss. Wright, a newcomer from Reeds Spring, Missouri. He's a real estate investor by trade. Was 1 for 1 with a couple of runs scored in his debut. Got used as a courtesy runner a couple times. Looked at a strike there. It's Chris Matlock dialing in that slider. That has helped him get 100 batters during his time in this league. Swing and a foul ball. Jacob Wright stays in the hunt. So we'll set it up and do the 0-2 again. Pitch number 4 of the plate appearance. Woo, that ran in. Sweet shin music, and Jacob Wright gets out of the way. 1-2 now. Bent that one just up, I guess. Maybe in. 2-2. Fastball swung on, fouled off. We'll do it again. Jacob Wright sent that one trickling right side. Slider swung on, fouled off. Jacob Wright, well, doing what he needs to do for the Locos, making this Mets starter Chris Matlock work. 2-2 with 2 away. A 2-0 ball game. Chris again comes set from the belts. That is outside. We're full, and then the throw goes into center field. Nobody there to get that throw from Michael Easter. Trey Simpson hops up and goes to advance to third base, so it's a steal. Then a mistake. And that error moves Trey Simpson within 90 feet of cutting the lead in half. Matlock again, swing and a miss. The 101st strikeout of his career is a big one. It gets the Mets out of the inning and preserves a 2-0 lead. Back with more Grip and Rip baseball right after this.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Jon Bortz back to work for Republic. So after he struck out the side in the second, the Locos send him back on. He will try to go at least one more. I did see Drew Noble kind of start to get loose, but nothing in the way of activity to tell you about at this time and point. In the Republic pen, I do see Justin Loudon walking out to go get warm for the Springfield Metropolitans. And that is their backup catcher, Robert Fackrell, going out there with him. So the batter for the Mets is going to be Skylar Carter. He's the leadoff man. Talking a little smack, it looks like, with Republic catcher Cole Haselhorst. But here he goes into that left-handed batter's box. 67 hits for his career, the league's all-time leader in that category. Looked at a ball from Jon Bortz. Was also inducted into the Grip and Rip Hall of Fame in 2022. Just 4 players and 1 photographer part of that hall. Caleb Cole was the first guy in. Last year we inducted Skylar Hinson, Skylar Carter, and Andy Galley. And photographer Mike Hudgens, who's been with the league from the jump, also in that Hall of Fame. Jon Bortz just absolutely cleaned out Skylar Carter. A no doubt hit by pitch there. We'll put the Mets center fielder on board. Yikes. That will be purple tomorrow. It'll probably be yellow and green by Tuesday. Here is Jared Brashler. Broke into the league with Grip and Rip Red in 2016. Before that, part of the Branson, Missouri Brashler family. First played drums up on stage where people were paying money to get into the theater at the tender age of 8. But he has gotten off the Branson stage, now flies jet planes for Delta Airlines. He's a commercial pilot. Skylar Carter, he's having an extended discussion with the Mets first base coach. That's the already injured Jaron Dishman. Looks like I have to correct myself here. I said Chris Matlock was the 8th pitcher in this league's history to get 100 strikeouts. He is actually the 7th, so my apologies. Skylar Hinson, Andy Galley, Cole Rourke, Clay Murphy, Josh Engler, Ben Van Gorp, and now Chris Matlock, the 100 strikeout club. So Josh Wilbanks is going to come in to run for Carter, and that's going to count as injury as a pinch runner. Carter's actually going over by the Locos dugout to take some time to recover from being hit by that pitch from Jon Bortz. 0-1 to Brashler, swung on, missed. It is now 0-2. Oof, Bortz ran that out. Hazelhorst fired to first. Chris Meza just hung on to it as Wilbanks slid back in safely. I think Hazelhorst caught his skip off guard there. Ball and 2 strikes on Jared Brashler. Jon Bortz comes set from the belt. That ran in. It's ball 2. Bortz has been working in. That's part of his game. It's 2-2. That was what he was trying to do. A slider for a strike that sent Brashler ducking back with the hips. That's a big punch from Jon Bortz in the 3rd. His 6th K of the game, and it brings up Harrison Waters. Dirty Harry cranked a double to get it started in the 1st. He now has 3 hits and counting for the campaign. Bortz sets. Took something off that time, and Waters swung over the top. Jon Bortz had a slow start, but he is making hitters miss. Swinging a rip. Just as I say that, Harrison Waters gets his 2nd hit of the day. That's a nice piece out to right, and with 1 out, the Mets with something going here. That single out into right puts runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out for the rookie Tyler Rusk. Struck out against Bortz first time up, but now he has seen what the right-hander from Wisconsin has got. So a good chance here. Rusk hitting .500. He's 2 for 4. Woo. Checked it, it's 1-0. A little bit of a breeze starting to kick up here finally as Tyler Rusk rips a base hit into left. Mets will send the runner home. That's Wilbanks. He scores 3-0 for the Springfield Metropolitans as the U.S. Marine crosses the plate and the inning continues. Now we're going to see some Locos go to the pen. Two right-handers, Drew Noble and Ethan Stenger, both popping out of the dugout to go get warm. But a nice piece for Tyler Rusk, his second RBI of his GRBL career. Makes it 3-0. Blim had an RBI. That's hit at Caleb Cole. Locos shortstop corrals it. We will wait for the scorer. That's going to be chalked up as an infield single for Blim. And that loads them for Clay Murphy. Two-time MVP, three-time Howard Bell Trophy champion in 2020 with Ozark, in 2021 with Moon City, a season ago with the Springfield Metropolitans, back with the same club for the first time in his career. Big opportunity here as he looks at a strike. Murphy expressing a little bit of disbelief there. You gotta be careful about turning around to talk balls and strikes too much in this world we live in. It's 0-1. Looks like Stenger is the righty getting loose with a little more purpose for Republic. And now Hazelhorst is going to go out to talk to Jon Bortz. Not sure if this has got to be a tactical move here, I think, more than a stalling move. So if you want to know who has won the Howard Bell Trophy in recent years, all you have to do is ask yourself, which teams did Clay Murphy play for? Oh, and 1. Bortz comes set. Back to the full wind he goes. Murphy is jammed up and fouled it back to the screen. Nothing and 2. Murphy steps out. No pitch and a balk is called. And Jon Bortz not happy with that. And this is going to bring another huddle up for the Locos, who are arguing this with the field umpire. That does bring a run across, so it is 4-0 for the Mets on a balk call. And now the Locos skip. Chris Mesa wants an explanation. So we're getting a reenactment here. Arguing as to, obviously I'm too far away to read any lips, but I'm trying to just watch. This looks like it's a disagreement as to when Bortz went to the rubber, went into his rocker step. And looking through the binoculars, I can tell you Jon Bortz is not smiling. I don't think I'd be either. So 4-0 for the Mets, who now have runners on second and third. Clay Murphy batting with 1 out. 0-2 pitch, swung on and popped. This is going to stay on the infield. The shortstop, Caleb Cole, settles under it. Rusk faked a tag and feigned a run home, and then wisely went back to third base. So that's 2 away from Michael Easter. He grounded out to third last time. So Michael 2 for 5 in 2023. Easter checked that swing for ball 1. Brings the bat back to his shoulder. Bortz comes home. That's a ball high. Mets trying to make Jon Bortz sweat up there. They're prolonging this third inning. That's inside, and it's now 3-0 to Michael Easter. Frustration mounting for the Locos and their starter, Jon Bortz. .30 pitch, that's a strike. Bortz not backing down on trying to hit corners. 3-1 to Michael Easter. That is swung on, lifted in the air to center field. Trent Simpson running for it. No! That looked like it just went through the web. Rusk scores. It's 5-0. Blem comes over. 6-0 for the Springfield Metropolitans. And E8 goes up on the board. So the runs go unearned to Jon Bortz, but I don't think it will make him feel any better about the situation he's in. Courtesy runner is Justin Loudon for the Springfield Mets. He goes to second base. Taken over for Michael Easter, and the batter is Ben Hammett. So Hammett struck out last time. He's the number 8 hitter. Springfield Mets a week ago lost 7-5 in 10 innings to the Branson Showmen. Hammett showed bunt, and that's foul. And after talking with the Mets manager Brock Chaffin after the game, of course, frustrated to come off on the losing side of an extra innings game, but Chaffin on the whole said he was not at all disappointed with his club or worried at all for the long-term implications for the season. What he did say was that he would be challenging hitters in the 7, 8, 9, and 10 spots to produce a little more. So we've seen the lineup get retooled a little bit here. But Mets looking to get some production 1 through 10, not 1 through 7. Hammett grounds out to the second baseman Van Gorp, and the inning is over. But the Mets made it very productive. They hang 4 runs on the board, taking advantage of some timely hits and a couple of miscues. And the Springfield Mets lead the Republic Locos 6-0. We're in the middle of the third. Back with more Grip and Rip baseball right after this. Our presenting sponsor here on YouTube, Central Bank of the Ozarks. Central Bank Company, strong roots, endless possibilities.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
So the newest member of the Grip and Rip Baseball League's Elite 100 Strikeout Club, Chris Matlock, back to work for the Springfield Metropolitans, and now well-positioned with a 6-0 lead to work with. It'll be Daryl Neighbors, and then the pitcher's spot in the order coming up for the Locos. We'll see what they opt to do. If Jon Bortz will go up, he swings a pretty good bat. So we'll see what happens. First things first, Neighbors swings and misses. So Daryl works as a medical assistant at Missouri State University. He was 1 for 1 in his first game. Gets the legs back out of the way. The count is 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Matlock rocks and deals. Tried to run the slider on the inner half. Didn't have a break. 2-1 now for Daryl Neighbors. Matlock threw him the heat. The Chris Matlock fastball is rare, but it is nice when it's working. Full up. Neighbors goes down looking. Matlock caught the inner half. Neighbors thought he walked, but the plate umpire, Ryan Virch, begged to differ. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Jon Bortz. He will hit for himself here. Not a bad move. 1 for 1 was Bortzy on day one, so he's 1 for 1 on the season. That ran in, that hit him on the elbow, and just like that, Jon Bortz is on. Awarded first base. When you throw a lot of sliders, sometimes that does occur. When the slider doesn't slide, batters get hits. So back to the top of the order go the Locos. Caleb Cole in the leadoff spot today. 0 for 1 today. He is 0 for 3 on the season. Reached on a walk in the opener against Moon City. Swing and a foul ball. Back, back, back. Way back. So Caleb Cole from Lee's Summit, Missouri, now lives on the farm in Fair Grove with his wife Olivia and their daughter Nora, and some cows and horses. He's back even 1-1 here against Chris Matlock. Slider, swing and a miss. Absolute filth from the right-handed veteran Chris Matlock. Cole back in. One-two, swing, and he fouled it off. I'll say both of these guys became dads for the first time in 2022. Caleb Cole, Chris Matlock. We'll see who will have the prevailing dad strength. Although Caleb Cole has got two things working in his favor, both farmer strength and dad strength. It ought to be pretty elite by now. It's 2-2. Counts back even. Ethan Stenger continuing to warm in the Republic pen. And Caleb Cole draws the walk, battling back from being down 1-2. Didn't need the farmer strength. That was veteran plate vision. So runners are on first and second for the Locos, trailing by 6. They're going to need to at least get some of it back here. Activity in the Mets pen, albeit About one pitch for every two taking place on the field. Justin Loudon starting to get loose. Matlock threw an 0-1 to Trent Simpson that was fouled back. And so the Mets righty quickly ahead here, 0-2. Nothing and two. Matlock deals a breaker. Simpson sat back, but it is lifted in the air to center. Skylar Carter makes the catch. Runner will tag and take third, no problem. Speedy base running there for the Locos to set up first and third for Ben Van Gorp. Two away, runners on the corners. Still a 6-0 lead for the Mets. Caleb Cole takes off and is heading for second. Van Gorp is under that one into left field. Jared Brashler lost his cap, but did not lose the baseball. Flyboy Jared Brashler makes the catch. Van Gorp is retired, and the Locos come up empty-handed. 6-0 for the Mets after 3. We will go to inning number 4 right after this.
If you and I knew plumbing, you and I would never need to call United Plumbing, UNITED. But you and I can't fix a pipe or a faucet filled with lime, so we always call United, and they're there right on time. You and I once tried it, then decided to call United, treating you and I the way you and I would want to be. So call United Plumbing, UNITED. United Plumbing.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. Ethan Stenger out of Missouri Southern State University comes on in relief of Jon Bortz, with the Locos trailing 6-0. Stenger, 6'5", from St. Louis. He went to Melville High School, where he was an All-Suburban West Conference baseball player. 2 years at Southwest Baptist University, where he threw 90 2/3 innings. And then 2 years at Missouri Southern State University, finishing out in 2012. Walked away with an accounting degree. And since then, it doesn't look like he's played a lot of baseball, but I can tell you from following along on his Instagram, the guy has been pursuing fish and animals of all types. Very avid outdoorsman. 100% of that man's Instagram is about hunting and fishing. And Ethan Stenger really impressed me in his debut. 2 innings for the Locos a week ago. No earned runs, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. Didn't walk a batter. What we really saw, I mean, 2 shutout innings. First of all, that's a good performance any day in this league. But really, what really impressed me was just the bits and pieces and flashes of command, and we saw some good sequencing. And I really felt like walking away, Ethan Stenger is loaded with potential to be an impact pitcher with a lot of success in this league. So we'll see what he does. Small sample size. This just his second GRBL game. It'll be Robert Fackrell, Chris Matlock, Skylar Carter for the Springfield Mets. Jared Brashler would get to take some hacks should anyone manage to get on. But first things first, here's Fackrell, the extra hitter. Likely we will see him catch before the day is done. Swung and missed that from the righty Ethan Stenger. Next offering, that's a called strike on the outer half. Interesting. 0-2. Stenger working over on the first base side of that pitching rubber. Long strider being 6'5". Kind of comes down in a different landing spot than a lot of pitchers in this league. 1-2 breaker. Could have caught Fackrell in the ear hole, but he ducked out of the way. Hazelhorst did well to reach up and stab it, and we're at 2-2. 7 hits for the Mets, just 2 for the Locos so far. Fackrell goes down on strikes. Well, we got to see career strikeout number 100 for Chris Matlock earlier today. That was number 5 in the career of Ethan Stenger. Here is Matlock crowding in that right-handed batter's box. Good looking curveball just inside. Or check that, that's a called, yeah, ball one. Okay, whoa. Eyes played tricks on me there. Stenger went back to the off speed. Matlock swung on and fouled it off, and the count's even 1-1. Stenger rocks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Got Matlock to chase. This looked like a 4-seam fastball, nothing too fancy. Ball and 2 strikes to the Metropolitans mound man. That is outside, and the count's even. Looks to me as though the plan for the Locos is just to kind of string the pitching together from this point forward. Chris Matlock sends one into the corner. He's thinking extra bases. Just down the left field line, back into the corner, where the left fielder Neighbors had to hustle into foul territory to get it. So a nice piece from Chris Matlock. First hit of 2023 is a double down the left field line. Skylar Carter has re-entered the game after getting hit by a pitch in the third. Fackrell will run for Matlock from second base. Makes me think perhaps Chris Matlock's going to come out and pitch the bottom of the fourth, getting the 3+ designation for the Mets today. Carter was jammed up, but he fought off an excuse-me base hit into left. Carter thinking about second base. He is safe. Got around the tag and got his hand on the bag at second as Fackrell scores. It is 7-0 for the Mets. An RBI for Skylar Carter, his second hit of the game. Carter's first RBI on the campaign, and the Mets are up 7-0. Jared Brashler 0 for 2 today. Chased there. Looked like the 4-seam heat from Stenger. He can locate just that low outside corner to right-handed hitters. It's a great pitch. Went to the curve that time, high and tight. Ethan Stenger takes a look back at Skylar Carter, and then he got Jared Brashler to chase one in the dirt. So 1-2 with one away. Stenger from the chest. Tried to work outside again, but Brashler kept the bat on his shoulder. It's 2-2. Swing and a foul ball back. We'll set it up and do it again. Sixth pitch of the sequence coming up here. This game now an hour and 12 minutes old. Brashler puts this one in the air, right field. Wright is there to get it. Or check that, that's Tolbert getting it for the Locos. Runner Carter tags up and advances to third base. So that's 2 away, but here's Harrison Waters, who is 2 for 2 with an RBI today. A double in the first, then he singled out to right in the third. So Harrison now 4 hits in 6 at-bats here in 2023. On pace. First pitch, the lefty Waters sees from the right-handed Stenger is a ball outside. One-0 pitch. Ethan Stenger again tried to work the outer half and didn't get it. Here comes a 2-0. That is again outside, and Harrison Waters is ahead 3-0. Springfield Mets, as manager Brock Chaffin always reminds me, always have the green light on 3-0 pitches. So if Harrison Waters gets a cookie, he may try to mash it. Nope. That's a called strike on the inner half. Got the guys in the press box a little rowdy. Sometimes you have to make your own fun on the job. 3 balls and a strike. To Waters. Whew, swung and chased. That was filth from Ethan Stenger. And the count is full. 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on third for the Mets. Stenger sets from the chest. Swing and a foul ball back. We'll set it up and do it again. Harrison Waters, Republic, Missouri zone. Played 4 years of baseball at Drury University, now works for Associated Electric. Making content, a videographer. Breaking ball out, he walked him. Harrison Waters is on safely for the 3rd time today. So he is on for Tyler Rusk. 1st and 3rd. Rusk 1 for 2 with a single and a run batted in. See what the big right-hander from Sedalia can do. First offering swung on, 3-hopped to the shortstop. Caleb Cole flips it over to Ben Van Gorp, and the fielder's choice ends the inning. 7-0. Springfield Mets out in front. They tacked on another on an RBI double from Skylar Carter. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th right after this. It is Grip and Rip Baseball.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, Sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Towing pitching change for the Springfield Metropolitans. So they save the 3+ designation and they put in the right-hander from Lebanon, Missouri, Justin Fruit Snacks Loudon. By day, he is a boat builder, works for White River Marine, helping to put together Ranger boats in the factory in Lebanon, Missouri. Told me he played a round of golf this morning before getting out here to pitch this afternoon. We'll see what that does for him. He allegedly shot 11 under par. I do not know what course that was at. Could have been Funacre, for all I know. But 11 under par at Funacre is a good day. That volcano does not mess around. Nevertheless, Fruit Snacks will have to concentrate on mowing down some locos. It'll be Jon Bortz, Cole Hazelhorst, and Trey Simpson. Bottom of the fourth. The Railmen trying to climb out of a 7-0 deficit. Justin Loudon, last appearance, he threw 2 1/3, gave up 4 earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 4, and walked 3. In his previous 2 seasons, he pitched 12 1/3 innings, gave up 8 earned runs on 11 hits, struck out 12 and walked 6. He also hit 6 batters, so off of a relatively small sample size, came into the season with a 5.84 ERA. ERA higher than the golf handicap, I would say. Here's Jon Bortz, the barber from Salem, Missouri, looking for his first hit of 2023. Coming off a pretty good year for the Ozark Mountain Ducks a season ago. Matter of fact, Bortz is in his 3rd year in the GRBL. This is the first time he has not been with the Ozark club. Looked at a ball there on the outside from Loudon. Same pitch, same location, same result. 2-0. That was back over the plate. Bortz got under it, but that ball well foul and out of play. Jon Bortz has gotten better as his career has gone on. Average has gone up, on base percentage has gone up. His playing opportunities have increased with all of that. 3rd year tends to be a big year for a lot of players here in the Grip and Rip League. It's 2-2. Fruit Snacks pitch to the barber is a hot shot up the middle. Murphy dives and comes up with it. Has to throw from a seated position, and it's not in time. Jon Bortz reaches on what has been scored as an infield single, and rightly so. Jon Bortz with his first hit of the campaign. Comes at a time when the Locos absolutely need hits. Down by 7. Here's Hazelhorst. flew out to right last time. So he's trying to find some rhythm after he had 10 hits as a rookie with Moon City, had 6 for Republic a season ago. Is 0 for the season thus far, looks at a strike on the outer half. Hazelhurst, open, crouched, right-handed stance. Took a home run swing at that baseball. And is down here 0-2. Snacks, sets, and deals. Breaking ball sends Hazelhurst ducking, and Jon Bortz motors to second base. So up goes Bortz on the wild pitch. Talking things over with his buddy Clay Murphy from the Mets. So Murphy, the commissioner of the Show Me Collegiate League here at U.S. Baseball Park. Bortz was an assistant coach in the Show Me Collegiate for the first time this past summer. Loudon ran one in. It's 2-2 to Hazelhurst. Oh, that hit him. On the arm, he says. Loudon says, hey, yeah, get down there. Justin Loudon's not impressed. Nevertheless, Trey Simpson will bat. First and second, nobody out. Trey 1 for 1 today. The middle of 3 Simpson brothers. 2 for 4 now with a run scored. Ooh, thought about it. 1-0. Mets fielders play him pretty well straight away. That's umpire just held up 2-0. There's only been 1 pitch of this at bat. That's not possible, sir. 1-0 pitch to Trey Simpson. Now it's 2-0. Fastball swung on, lifted, tailing toward the seats. That's going to get out of play just barely. Third row on the first base side. Sent some folks who are taking refuge under umbrellas going for shelter. 2-1 now for Trey Simpson. Brief stoppage as Michael Easter, the catcher, fixes a shin guard. Easter back to the crouch. Simpson back in. Oh no, Michael Easter, is this a cramp? Is this a pull? I am not sure. He's taking himself out of this game, making a beeline for the Mets dugout. Not sure what that's about, but Michael Easter removing himself from this ball game, and so the Mets are going to have to bring on either Robert Fackrell or Brock Chaffin. I would be willing to bet pretty good money it's going to be Robert Fackrell coming on to catch. Hate to see that for Michael Easter, and you hope it's maybe nothing more than a cramp. So we'll have a little stoppage here as Fackrell gets the gear on. We'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Still under a stoppage here at U.S. Baseball Park. Mets and the Locos. The situation is thus in the bottom of the fourth. Metropolitans lead 7-0. And so Robert Fackrell has the gear on, going out behind the plate. He was the extra hitter to start this thing, so he's already in the lineup. What the Metropolitans will have to do is figure out what to do when Michael Easter's spot in the order comes up, and yes, it is Robert Fackrell, although the Robert Fackrell minus the long hair is confusing many a baseball fan today. Not sure what happened. If he lost a bet or just decided it's going to be 100 degrees, I better lose some hair. Nevertheless, we will resume. Locos have runners on first and second. They're trailing by 7 runs. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Inning started with a single to the shortstop by Jon Bortz. Then Cole Haselhorst got hit by a pitch. He is being run for, and Trey Simpson is the batter for Republic. 2 balls and a strike. Justin Loudon misses high and tight. It's 3-1. Everything else stays the same for the Mets fielders. As there's a strike thrown to load up the count. It's Blem at third, Murphy at short, Hammett at second base, and Tyler Rusk at first. Outfielders Brashler, Carter, and Waters. Payoff pitch is way outside and wild. Locos will move up anyway. Fackrell threw down to third. I guess that's one decision you could make there. Nevertheless, the bases are chucked with nobody out for Chris Mesa. 0 for 1 on the day, struck out last time, but that was against Chris Matlock. Chris's first look at Justin Loudon on the year. Comes into the AB hitting .250, looked at a strike. Loudon's next offering. That's gets away from Fackrell. Runners will stay put for Republic. Jon Bortz opted to stay at third. So the score for the moment remains 7-0. Mets, nobody out. Loudon exchanges words with the baseball. Has what he wants from Fackrell. Comes home. That's inside, and that hit Mesa. Woof, right in the keister. And that will plunk a run across. 7-1. That's one way to start a rally, all right. Where one? Metropolitans, perhaps a little discombobulated in the heat. Here is Todd Tolbert, entered as a defensive replacement for the right fielder Jacob Wright, and will now bat in Wright's place in the order. The Todd father 1 for 3 coming into today's game. Oof, chased A breaking ball there from Loudon. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. Golden opportunity for Republic to try to claw its way back into this thing. Tolbert almost got hit, but ducked back, and that is a called strike. It is 0-2. Another breaking ball swing and a miss. Justin Loudon finding something with the off-speed stuff. So that's one away for Chandler Maples. Pinch hitting for Darrell Neighbors. Chandler Batts was 1 for 3 a week ago. We'll let that one go inside. Maples from Clever, Missouri. Now a teacher and a baseball coach. That ran in, and it's 2-0. Loudon working away at the inner half against Chandler Batts. Got the called strike he wanted. If at first you don't succeed, keep working inside. Here's the 2-1. Went out that time. It was all a setup for that pitch, and the count's even 2-2. Perhaps Justin Loudon playing more three-dimensionally than I give him credit for. Deuces up for Chandler Maples. Another breaking pitch. Ooh, he checked it, and it's ball 3. Mets fans not liking that. Nevertheless, count is full. Maples with the bases loaded. Now time is called. And Fackrell going out to talk to Loudon. Do it again. That's got to be the call here. Moon City manager Daniel England, you just grabbed a headset. You just can't resist saying something?
Yeah, I think the runner at second was telling him what the pitch was.
Oh. Stolen signs, perhaps, by the Locos. 3-2. Oh, Maples chased. Down he goes. So Fruit Snacks Loudon loaded him up and has now bowed his neck. That is back-to-back strikeouts. And this is interesting in the pitcher spot. Another pinch hitter, another pitcher, but this is not Ethan Stenger. This is Drew Noble. Drew Noble was 0 for 2 at the plate in his first game. Put the ball into play both times. So Noble originally from Aurora, Missouri. Or no, currently lives in Aurora. Originally from Eudora, Kansas. 1-0. That's down. But he was a pitcher throughout his college career at both Coffeyville in junior college and then at Missouri Southern State. Up here too. Oh, swung and chased. Loudon threw him a cement mixer. Swinging a chopper. That's in fair territory, and Mark Blim had to dive just, beating Trey Simpson to the bag. And Dan, I'll just ask this. You know, you managed Justin Loudon back in 2021. He ever give you those sorts of moments where you had to have the antacid ready in the dugout?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, that's just kind of the way he runs. So, but he's a good dude. He'll get the job done, and he'll give you fruit snacks. So it's win-win all the way around.
7-1 is the score. Springfield Mets lead the Republic Locos. So Daniel, we'll keep it here. You guys get a, it's weird. I think the Mavericks are the most weather-affected team we've seen so far. You guys had to win one in the rain with Nick Hooper coming on to get the last outs in an absolute downpour. Today, probably be the hottest game you play all year. So, you're going to end up with a very battle-tested club after just week 2.
Yeah, I think so. We got lots of arms, so I think, between the pitcher and the catcher, those are going to be the two hottest positions. So I've got 2 catchers and I got several arms, so hopefully nobody get too overheated and we can just roll through and get a W today.
Giving Andy Galley the start against the Ozark Mountain Ducks, but like you mentioned, we saw King Owens, who's a guy, he can give you 1, he can give you 5, he can give you something in between, just kind of a tried and true arm in this league. And then you've got some other options. You've got Tyler Collison, you've got Michael Barnes, you've got Scott Wilson, you've got Daniel England himself. Any chance we're going to see that tonight?
No, and don't forget I got Brady Welsh.
Oh, of course, Brady Welsh, the secret weapon, yeah. I've seen the Brady Welsh belt-high fastball myself.
Yeah, he didn't get a start in the lineup today. He had some knee issues at the end of last week at the game, and I think he went and had some fluid removed, said he feels good, so we'll get him in and see how it goes.
All right, a little bit of a retooled lineup there with looks like you're starting Harrison Broadstreet at short. And
yep.
That's a guy I know you've got a lot of expectations for. He was a Met last year, kind of a role player who worked in later innings, but he's a starter for your club.
Oh, yeah, he was going to be the moment I drafted him, and just didn't know whether he's going to be a third or short. And with Brady's knee kind of sore last week, they decided just to switch it up, and that may be how we stay all year. And, yeah, I thought Harrison did a great job. He took control of the infield with, the infield alignment, and comes out and talks to the pitchers when they're kind of struggling. And, yeah, does a real good job, kind of a Caleb Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was excited to see that, and I'm very excited to have him on my team.
Interesting to see when guys kind of make that step up from, a role player to kind of realizing – the size of the moment and the expectations before them.
Definitely.
Ethan Stenger back to the hill here for the Locos to start the 5th. This is a game, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, the time limit of 2 hours and 45 minutes may end up being a factor in this one. So it is 4:38, so we're already at 98 minutes.
Yep.
We really have to worry about an hour from now as to when we will start what would be the final inning of this one.
What's the official start time?
It was right on the button, 3 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Good.
So we were a little bit ahead of schedule after the first game of the day. Saw the Nixa Suckers get a win over the Branson Showmen, 9-5. So we were able to start this one as scheduled at 3. A little bit of a rarity in the GRBL, I know, but occasionally it does happen.
Definitely. Saw Mark there with a foul ball down the third base line. He talked to beginning of the season. He's opened up his stance a little bit. Says he can see the ball a little better. So he's making good contact. Had several hits in that league in Kansas City. Plays in. So
yeah. Well, he's 2 for 2 today. So it's working thus far. Swung and chased there, just as I start to brag on him. So 3 for 4 for the season. Now we see Drew Noble down in the Republic pen getting loose. Nothing to tell you about in the Mets pen down the left field line. Here's the 0-2 from Stinger to Blim. Swung on. He's 3 for 3. Taking advantage of what is given. Being like water, sending it to the opposite field. There's 3 singles for Mark Blim.
That was a great at bat. Down 0-2. Shoots one through the hole. Second and first. Very nice.
There's Clay Murphy, the 2-time MVP. 1 for 2 today. Now 1 for 7 for the campaign. He was, believe it or not, a little bit frustrated with his performance in the season opener. Not often will you see a guy. There's a hot shot. Caleb Cole scrambles and then feeds it. That's 1. They will not turn 2, but outstanding job by the Hall of Famer Caleb Cole, staying down on it and then feeding that ball somehow to Benjamin Van Gorp for the fielder's choice.
That's a Caleb Cole play right there. Stayed in front of the ball. Wasn't going to get by him. Scrambled on his belly. Flipped it over to BVG, who actually made a decent turn. I mean, I don't think he had much of a chance.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's more of a credit to the way Clay Murphy runs than anything BVG did or didn't do on the play. But yeah, he turned well. Here's Josh Wilbanks batting in Michael Easter's position in the order, and the throw from Stinger over the head of Jon Bortz. That will allow Murphy to motor up and take second base. E1 is the charge to Ethan Stenger. Fun fact, a pitcher can help his ERA by making errors himself. One of those strange idiosyncrasies of scoring baseball. Josh Wilbanks chased one up. Ethan Stenger worked up the ladder. Josh leaning on the pad. He's frustrated with himself there. Wilbanks back in. Crowding in on Stenger. Ethan comes home. That's a bouncer, and it gets away from Hazelhorst. Locos playing a little bit like they're hot and tired right now.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of effort right there. Clay Murphy looks like he's going to die over there on third base.
You know, it's kind of funny. 1-1. I was visiting with some guys from the Suckers after they got off the field and got the win, and they said, you know, yeah, it's hot out there, but what they really noticed was running the bases hard had the absolute worst effect on the body, more than anything else, more than standing out there as a fielder, more than pitching. Even Courtney Spitz said more than catching. The worst thing was getting an extra base hit.
Ooh.
Here's a play at the plate. Hazelhorst got the tag on Murphy. So the Mets were not expecting a throw home, but Ben Van Gorp.
Wow.
Heads up stuff.
Definitely. I mean, he wasn't playing in. He was back, and that was a great play.
So that's the second out, but it knocks a man out of scoring position.
Yeah, back to the base running. I don't imagine guys run a hard 90 during the week, during their workouts, so in 100-degree heat.
Probably not part of anybody's. I know we have a lot of guys who lift. We've got a few who maybe go running or get on a bike, or maybe play some pickleball. But yeah, probably not a lot of sprints just for funsies getting done among GRBL players.
No.
Hammett looked at one high and tight. Yeah, that was it. That was what the guys on the Suckers said was the most dangerous thing I did all day was base running. 1-0. Hammett ripped it and it's through. Into left field it goes. Wilbanks will woe up at second.
Nice
They're
hit.
going to
Hard hit
score
ball.
that as a hit. Yeah, hard hit.
That's generous.
Hey, as hot as it is today, I think we have to be generous every way it goes. So this is Fackrell.
Did get a haircut. Wow.
Yeah, it's all gone. I have to find out what's up with that. I would be stunned if that was the result of team orders. That had to have been Fackrell's decision. Looks like a whole different guy.
Yeah, you see him up there on the board compared to what we see in the batter's box.
Fackrell takes a ball outside.
Impressed with the Stinger guy last week when he threw against us. I was
yeah,
surprised.
I thought I said the same before you came on with us, Dan. I was very impressed with a couple of the Locos mound men, Ethan Stenger included.
He's got that Jon Bortz look, but
he looks like a taller, leaner Jon Bortz.
Different delivery, but yeah, I thought he had decent velocity and his off speed was pretty good. I was impressed.
It's kind of been nibbling the corners and just not getting, not finding them as much today as he was
Caleb Cole was streaking
Sunday ago. Yep.
Wilbanks wanted the pickoff play and didn't get it. I think they'd have had him too.
It's 3-1 to Fackrell. Big swing and a miss. Ethan Stenger with a chance to punch out here. His innings for Ethan this time have been a little bit messy, but he gets a pretty big strikeout there, his second of the game, and ultimately ends up with a shutout inning. So first one of those the Locos have had in a minute. Score remains 7-1. Dan and I are back right after this.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Springfield Metropolitans send Justin Loudon back to the hill. Republic Locos have the right-handed Todd Tolbert warming in their bullpen down the right field line. Rantzberger and Moon City Mavericks manager Daniel England, Mr. 5-time, with you here in the booth at U.S. Baseball Park. Robert Fackrell made the final out of the inning, so he is just getting behind the plate for some of Justin Loudon's warm-up throws. So in the likely event that we run into the Grip and Rips time limit rule, what we are watching for is 5:35 p.m. And to make a long story short, these two teams will not be able to start another inning after 5:35 p.m. We try to have a time limit of 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that's just, it's unfortunate because these players come out, work hard all week, and they get one game to play every Sunday, but we've got to get 3 games in, and we've got a staff and a group of employees behind the scenes, and as hot as it is, we also have to think about safety on top of all that. So just an unfortunate reality for these two clubs as we sit in the middle of the 5th, but unless the pace would hasten dramatically, it is likely that this one will not go a full 9. Coming up tonight, Ozark Mountain Ducks, Moon City Mavericks, baseball night in the Ozarks. Dano and the Mavs trying to improve to 2-0.
Yeah, we're going to double our wins from last season.
And also, we laugh, but that would also give you sole possession of first place in the GRBL North.
Yeah, well,
which is nothing to sneeze at either.
We'll see how it goes.
Loudon's pitch to Caleb Cole is down for ball 2. It's 2-0. Top of the order here for the Locos, so Cole, Trent Simpson, and Ben Van Gorp. 2-0 pitch, swung on, lifted into the trouble spot in right center field. But getting over and making the catch is Jared Brashler. So a little bit of a change for the Mets. They've moved Brashler from left into center field, which is where he's played for the last 8 years anyway, and they brought on Josh Wilbanks. Skylar Carter not out there. Harrison Waters stays in right. It's still Blem at third, Murphy at short, Hammett at second, and Rusk at first. Fackrell on doing the catching. And Loudon is the mound man. His pitch to Trent Simpson is a called strike on the outer half. Simpson 0 for 2 today. Swung and chased there. So he is down 0-2. Hitting 1 for 6 to start 2023 after getting 16 hits as a rookie a season ago. Here's a chopper. Tyler Rusk has it and will make the unassisted put out over there at first base. So the rookie from Sedalia, Missouri, continuing to show promise both with the bat and with the glove. I've been very impressed with Tyler Rusk.
Definitely. He looks like a ball player. So
passes the eye test for sure.
Definitely. You know, he came out in the workout day and really showed out and hit 2 or 3 balls out of the ballpark and really throwing the leather around. Yeah, he looks like a ball player and he backs it up.
Woo. BVG got the hips back away from ball 1 from Justin Loudon. Locos, I think, are likely to bring on Todd Tolbert to pitch the 6th. He's done warming up down there. Nothing doing for the Mets, but it's not too much of a surprise because their next man on is likely Clay Murphy.
Yeah, after playing short all day, I imagine after about 5 to 7 pitches off the mound, he'll be ready to go.
Yeah, say he should be plenty loose. Here's a 3-0 to BVG. That bounced, and so a base on balls for Ben Van Gorp. And he is on for John Arts. The Barber 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. I'm glad we have not been able to get the press box cam working. I'm in need of a haircut. I actually have an appointment to go see John on Tuesday, so got to get the head cleaned up real good.
It's 5 straight balls. Got to find the strike zone.
And you can be a little bit picky with the top part of this Locos order, but Loudon in need of finding his location here. Second inning of work. That got away from Robert Fackrell. It's a passed ball to move the runner.
It was a strike. Oh, he's looking for third. Ooh.
Yeah, Van Gorp thought about it. He loves that. He loves to mess with runners as a pitcher. He loves to mess with pitchers as a runner.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes it bites him. But right now he stands tall on second for Republic, trying to claw their way back in. They need all the runners to move that they can get. Arts looked at a steer Ike. It's 1-2. So Fruit Snacks found the zone. Comes set from the chest.
Oh.
Tried the old fall off the mound, and the man in charge not buying that bit of salesmanship.
Yeah, that was about a foot outside, so.
Even on a hot day, that's a tough sell. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild to John Arts. Swing and a foul ball back to the screen. Again, earlier today, Nixa Suckers improved to 2 wins against no defeats, defeating the Branson Showmen, who dropped to 1-1. 9-5 the final score in that one. Swing and a foul ball back. It'll go down in the footnotes of history, but a 5-inning no-hit shutout performance from Tyler Abma for the Showmen ended up with a no decision.
I thought he looked good last week. I was impressed. And he swung the bat well, too. I
think
he had 2 or 3 hits, so.
He's thrown 10 innings so far in his GRBL career, given up 1 earned run, and unfortunately for Abma, he has 2 no decisions to show for it.
Yeah.
Branson's record falls to 1-1. Arts fouls that one back. That's right at us, Dan.
Yeah.
A couple of fans about 4 rows in front of us going to get that foul ball.
I noticed on the box score that Cole Rourke only threw like a third of an inning, or...
Yeah, today came on. It was very much an emergency relief situation. You know, didn't even fully warm up. He was just kind of throwing some get-me-over balls. And then Branson brought on Jacob Carlson to throw. So I'm not sure if that was just a situation where Rourke didn't get loose and did not want to try to complicate things further and risk hurting himself, or what went on with the game plan there. 3-2 to Arts is outside. He's going to get the free pass.
It's good at bat.
Back-to-back walks issued by Justin Loudon.
Fouled
Couple of runners on for the Locos, sorry.
Yeah, fouled off 2 or 3 good pitches, earned a walk. Now you got Hasselhorst coming up, and
Conference on the Hill.
Yeah.
Mets manager Brock Chaffin not part of it, but several other guys sharing some thoughts.
And fruit snacks, I believe.
Maybe that's what it was. Everybody just wanted a little something to eat in the middle of a long inning.
Yeah, a little snack.
I'm sure Justin Loudon's pockets are not empty. So here's Cole Hasselhorst, the catcher out of Woodstock, Georgia, now Springfield, Missouri. Whoa, turned on that one. It's down the left field line.
Oh.
Foul. Whew. A loud strike.
I think that got on his hands a little bit.
Definitely pulled. So the Mets sufficiently woken up with that. Still ahead 7-1, 2 away, bottom of the 5th. This baseball game encroaches on the 2-hour mark. Gonna watch that clock. The 1-1. That's a bouncer. Gets away from the catcher. That'll move the runners up. So Van Gorp to third, Arts to second.
Got a big hole, dead center between center and right.
Yeah, after that ball went down the left field line, the Mets outfielders definitely shifted.
Yeah, if he hits a hard line drive up the middle, they could score 2 here and be right back in the game.
Oof, yeah, they're definitely, even the infielders shifted over, playing like he's going to pull it. I mean, Harrison Waters and Jared Brashler can both cover a lot of ground, but that's an awfully inviting bit of green space out there.
That is a huge area.
2-2. Swing, and this is in the air to center field. Maybe a little too much under it. Brashler made the catch. Hazelhorst is frustrated. Yeah, he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
He's out.
He hits that hard on a line. It gets by. The race is on.
7-1. The score remains. Metropolitans will bat after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
Back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park, where it's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. They call upon the Todd father, right-hander Todd Tolbert, originally from Fair Grove, Missouri. Went to Evangel University. For a while was a chemist with Kraft Foods, but now he's with Associated Electric. As Todd likes to say, I don't have an engineering degree, but I kind of pretend to be an engineer at my job. But I would unquestionably say, and Daniel England, you know, you can back this up, probably pound for pound one of the smartest guys to ever lace him up here in the GRBL, Todd Tolbert.
I would agree with that, yeah. Yeah, he's a smart dude. He stays in shape, so he can come out here and play every year. And, yeah, he's a good dude to have on your team and a lot of fun and nice guy. And
crossed the 50 mark, and I know you know, a lot of guys just look up to Todd as far as, you know, like you said, what he shows what can be possible if you take care of yourself as you age. So getting a mound opportunity here is the Todd father.
Looks like we've got some infield changes too. Looks like Noble's at third, Simpson's at second. BVG is now out in left field.
With his glove on his head, because of course, why not?
Yeah. Arts is in right.
Yeah. Chris Mesa's gone back to first, so about the only guy who stays the same is Caleb Cole at shortstop. But
yeah, new catcher. Got Neighbors.
Oh yeah, Daryl Neighbors. Yeah, he's gone. Started the game in the outfield and has now gone behind the dish to catch Todd Tolbert here. So that will start the sixth with the Mets up 7-1. Survive and advance at this point. Here's Justin Loudon swinging and missing. Batting in the 10 spot. Mets very National League treating this the 10 spot, just batting whoever's pitching at the time.
Yeah.
0-1, a breaking pitch, swung on and grounded. Caleb Cole slid and caught that. The throw is not in time. That is not the fault of Caleb Cole. That's because the baseball took that long to get out to where he fielded it.
Wow.
But my good, that's the most impressive infield single I've seen in a long time.
That was a great play. Great play.
It had nothing to do with Loudon, unfortunately. All to do with Caleb Cole. So back to the top of the order go the Mets. Skylar Carter, 2 for 2 today with a single, a double, and RBI. Has also been hit by a pitch. Tolbert starts him with a breaking ball high. Skylar Carter now 68 hits in his GRBL career, the all-time leader. Tolbert threw him another breaker that time, trying to just up here pick out Tolbert's delivery.
Yeah, it's kind of short arm.
Brings the ball from, you know, comes set from the belt, but then the ball, it gets brought up by his ear as he throws.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to bring it, drop it way down and bring it over the top, but he doesn't. He throws it kind of, like you said, short arm out of his ear.
Loudon moves up on the passed ball. Well, it's kind of a mixture. It's got, you know, elements of a very classical style, but then a little bit of a short arm delivery. Tolbert looks back at the runner. Loudon now comes home, was running that in on the hands for Skylar Carter, and he pulled it. That's foul out in right field.
Looks like Murph's warmed up, heading down to the dugout.
That was a short warm-up, as predicted.
Yeah, that's kind of what he did when he was on my team, so it didn't take him long.
Tolbert again spinning it. Neighbors lost it momentarily, but then corralled it again. Runner Loudon stays put on second. And up by 6. Probably don't need to press the issue too much on the base paths if you're the Mets.
Yeah, Loudon's not fast, so he's
well, I wasn't going to say that, but you can, sure. 3-2.
Yeah, didn't have much of a secondary either. Oh boy.
Carter yanked that one, but that is going foul off the roof of the clubhouse down the right field line. Another loud strike. Skyler, in the first few years of his career, was a dead pull hitter just about every time. He's since shown he can go to opposite fields. Watched that one go up and out of the zone for ball 4. So here's Jared Brashler looking to get out of a slump. The last hit he had was in the 2022 championship game. It was the 50th of his career. He's been stuck on 50 since then. 10 hits a season ago with the Mets in 10 games. And to duck out of the way there, so it's 1-0. Tolbert missing high. That's a little bit consistent, says to me. Maybe the ball's coming out of his hand early.
Yeah, he's not bending over.
I think that's what Caleb Cole's going to go talk to him about here.
Yeah.
You know, if a guy's all over the place, that's one thing, but if the misses are consistent, a veteran like Caleb Cole can step in and say something. Locos now have Jacob Wright, a left-hander, just starting to warm in the right field pen. Tolbert, that time he dialed it down.
Yeah, it's another off-speed pitch.
2-1 here to Brash. Like that was about chest high. Nevertheless, 3 balls and a strike. And that's up and out of the zone, so back-to-back free passes issued to Springfield batters. No mound visit yet, with Harrison Waters walking up.
It might get from bad to worse here for the Mets real quick.
Bases chucked, nobody out, and Harrison Waters 2 for 2 on the day.
Yeah.
He's reached in all 3 of his plate appearances.
Yeah, these next 2 batters are going to be tough. You got Waters and then Rusk.
Not what you want to see if you're trying to have a quiet inning. Tolbert worked down, and he got Waters to pop it.
Infield fly. Yep.
And Chris Mesa made the catch. Falling over backwards a touch, but he hauled it in for the out. Well, that was a big one dodged there, Harrison Waters.
Yeah.
He and Tolbert work for the same company, and here's Tyler Rusk.
Yeah, I think Harrison's eyes got really big on that, and he just pulled off of it and shot it straight up the elevator shaft.
So here's Rusk. Grounded into a fielder's choice. Last time he chased the breaking pitch big time there.
Yeah, I'd give him a steady diet of off-speed pitches.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what Todd is equipped to do here.
I would not leave a fastball belled high in the middle of the plate. You may not see that ball again.
Rusk kind of wiggles the bat. Ooh, got over the top of that one to the shortstop Cole. Calls off the help, fires to first. The 6-3 double play.
Wow.
And so the Locos turn their way out of the inning. So Todd Tolbert allows 1 hit, but a bagel goes up on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th after this. It is Grip and Rip Baseball And if you're watching on YouTube, yes, of course you are. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. I'm watching the GRBL.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Big doings for the Springfield Metropolitans. First of all, a Henry's Towing pitching change. Two-time MVP Clay Murphy has gone to the hill to put on a pitching display, but never mind that. My eyes are on third base. That is where Chris Matlock has gone out to play as a fielder. Chris Matlock to third. Mark Blem, the third baseman, has gone to shortstop. Right side of the infield stays the same for the Metropolitans. Hammett at second, Rusk at first. And then it's Jared Brashler back to left field. Skylar Carter will go back and play center field, and Harrison Waters camping out in right. Fackrell behind the dish, so a new set of battery mates here. This is, I believe, the first time for Clay Murphy to throw pitches to Robert Fackrell. We'll see how that goes and how Fackrell handles a steady diet of Clayton Murphy sliders. So in his first game of 2023, Clay Murphy, 5 innings, no earned runs on 7 hits. That was the part that Murph was upset with himself about. Struck out 6, walked none. So he got hit. He bent a little, but he did not break. Here is Trey Simpson. Looked at a Steve Reich. And that is how Clay Murphy does it right there. With the Mets ahead 7-1, they're going to get Murph some work here. And in the 6th, this game now 2 hours, 14 minutes old. I suspect, Murphy will need to throw a couple innings, maybe 3. But I don't think there's any way this game goes a full 9 at this point. It's just taking too long. So Trey Simpson back in. 1 for 1. Looked at a ball inside. Trey Simpson singled in the 2nd inning. He drew a walk his last time. Swings at this one. It's in the air to right. Tailing down. That will get down. Harrison Waters slid, but he didn't come up with it. Simpson heading for second. Makes the turn. He will not advance beyond that. But good piece of hitting there for Trey Simpson. And he is on and in scoring position. Locos need to rally, and they need to do it quickly. Chris Mesa, 0 for 1 today. Was hit by a pitch last time, and it did bring in a run. The one run the Locos have to show. Fastball from Clay Murphy for a strike. Matlock over there at third, just begging for something to the hot corner. There's a Steve Reich on the inner half, that front door slider. Good as it gets. 0-2. Threw it again. Mesa ducks out of the way. It's a good thing he did. That could have been real bad. 1-2. Murphy kicks and deals. Mesa fights it off. That's going to go well foul, upper concourse, first base side. So Chris, the newly minted Spanish teacher and baseball coach at Greenwood Laboratory School, about to start his new job. Very shortly, down on strikes he goes. Have to get back into the dugout and make some lesson plans, perhaps. Jacob Wright re-enters for Republic. With one out and a runner on second. That's Trey Simpson. Locos down by half a dozen. There's a strike thrown. A slider for a strike. We'll see if he goes back to it here. Murphy. Nope, that was the heat, and that was low. 1-1. Clay Murphy tuned up for this season as part of his new job, working for Marucci Clubhouse Midwest as the commissioner of the Show Me Collegiate League. Tried to get as many live at-bats as he could facing college hitters. Some of them kind of figured out that Clay Murphy's slider was a bit of a humiliator and then decided they didn't really want any part of it. 2-2 now to Jacob Wright. But here in the grip and rip, there's no chickening out. 2-2. Down on strikes goes Jacob Wright. Pitch gets away from the catcher Fackrell, so it's a strikeout for Murphy, but the runner is on. 2 strikeouts for Clay Murphy. Runners on first and third. Daryl Neighbors bats for the Locos. Re-enters the lineup. Caught the last inning for Republic. Whoa, way outside. Fackrell again losing it. It's back to the screen, and that sends Jacob Wright 90 feet forward to second base. Trey Simpson stayed put at third. So Locos could try to stage a one-out rally here. Down by 6. That's a slider for a strike on the outer half. And that's practically unhittable. Neighbors fights that one off. It's foul into the seats. So ball and 2 strikes for the medical assistant Daryl Neighbors. Now works for Clay Murphy's college alma mater. That's Missouri State University. Murph deals, got him, looking. Murphy's 3rd strikeout of the inning. But the inning continues. Drew Noble comes up. So Murphy, the rare chance perhaps, dare I try to speak it into existence, a 4-strikeout inning. He's 2 strikes away. Had 6 Ks in the first game. He's at 9 for the season. He's at 125 for his career. 0-1 to Noble, swing and a miss. Oh, and then the throw back to the pitcher goes through the wickets. That will allow Trey Simpson to score. It's 7-2 for the Locos. Officially goes down as an E2 in the book, so an unearned run, but a run nonetheless for Republic. 0-2, swing, and this is grounded right side. It's through. It's a base hit for Drew Noble. Runner right, taken off. Throw from the outfield goes off the pitcher's mound, and it is now 7-3, an RBI base hit for Drew Noble. Single into right field, 7-3 is the score. Back to the top of the order go the Locos. Here's Caleb Cole. And Republic in one of those by any means necessary sort of situations. First pitch to Caleb Cole. Fastball out. Frustration perhaps mounting for the two-time MVP. Steerike thrown there. He should be out of this. He should be camping out in the dugout right now. Instead, he's out on the hill, and it's 100 degrees out there. The 1-1. Slider for a strike. Clay Murphy, frustrated, but one strike away from something of a baseball rarity. Shakes off the sign from Fackrell. Now time is called. Here we go again. Cole back in. Murphy looks at the runner. They're not even doing much to hold Drew Noble over there at first. Swing and a miss. A 4-strikeout inning for Clay Murphy. You don't see those too often, and yes, mistakes are required in order for them to occur. Nevertheless, a 4-strikeout inning for Clay Murphy in the 6th. The Locos do bring a couple of runs across. So it's a 7-3 ball game. Mets will bat in the top of the stretch inning after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Pitcher for the Republic Locos, the left-hander from Reeds Spring, Missouri, Jacob Wright to the hill. It is the third time we've seen a Henry's Towing pitching change for Republic, so Locos have satisfied that requirement and then some in this game. Due up for the Mets, it'll be Mark Blem, Clay Murphy, and then it should be Josh Wilbanks, barring Michael Easter coming back, but I do believe his day is done. So Jacob Wright, real estate investor from Reeds Spring, 27 years old, making his pitching debut here in the GRBL. That prototype player from a mid-sized high school where if you're a good baseball player, that means you probably play at least 3 positions, and one of them is, of course, pitcher. And with him being left-handed, he's going to give the Mets batters a little bit of a different look than they were seeing from the steady diet of righties in this Locos stable. Tough day for Republic starter Jon Bortz. 3 innings. He struck out the side in the second, but ended up giving away 3 unearned runs in the third. At least that's just the preliminary estimate there. I believe 3 of those were going to go down as unearned. Well, I'll check that. Maybe 2 unearned, as the Mets brought 1 across on a balk, but nevertheless, tough sledding. Ethan Stenger gave up 1 run, which was earned in the 4th, and then he had a shutout 5th. So Stenger gave up 4 hits in 2 innings, struck out 2. Todd Tolbert had the bases loaded up, but a double play got him out unscathed. Here's Mark Blem for the Mets. And Blem swinging a good bat. He is 3 for 3 today. First look at the lefty Jacob Wright is a strike. It looked like a 2-seam fastball. Heart of the zone. Wright kicks and deals. That's a bouncer in. Wright spiked it, just held on to the ball too long. Next offering, that was a change out. So 2-1 for Blem. Republic's infield looks to be just the way they started the game. It's Trey Simpson at third, Caleb Cole at short, Van Gorp at second, and Mesa at first, with Hazelhorst behind the plate. Swing and a drive off the bat of Mark Blem into left field and dropped. Off the glove, that's going to be scored an E. Chandler Maples out there either lost it in the sun or just lost track of the bottom falling out of a tailing baseball. Goes up on the board as an error, dropping Blem to 3 for 4 on the day. But in terms of hitting, he has most definitely been a bright spot for these Springfield Mets. So here's Clay Murphy. 1 for 3, singled in the first. Let's put it into play each time. Wright throws him one outside. One-0 to Murphy. That's high and out. Oh, bouncer down, but a fine block from the catcher Hazelhorst. 3 balls, no strikes. Jacob Wright comes set. That's a strike on the outer half. So Clay Murphy would like to get another hit today. Might be his last chance. Swing, this is up the middle. Cole dives, but it's through. He slams his fist to the turf in frustration. An RBI base hit for Clay Murphy, and it is now 8-3 for the Springfield Mets. I mean, Caleb Cole is frustrated, but there's really not a lot he could have done about that. Oh my goodness. Well, Springfield Mets manager Brock Chaffin is courtesy running for Clay Murphy. Oh boy. Well, here we go. Josh Wilbanks in here. Nobody out. One man on. Oh, he tried to check it, and the ball still hit the bat. Josh inadvertently falls down 0-1 here. Couple guys from Reed Spring going at it here. Josh Wilbanks, originally from Douglasville, Texas, but now lives in Reed Spring. Jacob Wright, however, grew up there and played for the Wolves in high school. It's one of the more uninspired go-behind throws I've seen in some time. Chaffin safe at first. 1-1 to Wilbanks. Whoa! Wild pitch. Wilbanks gets out of the way, and that sends the runner to second. So into scoring position goes Chaffin. Bending over to get some 0-2, I think. That's no lie. With as hot as it is, base running, it's just one of those things that is taking it out of players. Wilbanks swung over the top at that. That was a swing with bad intentions, but he just missed over the top. So it's now 2-2. Right. Comes set, looks back once at the runner, now comes home. That's inside. Wilbanks couldn't lay off, and down on strikes he goes. So that's the first out. Going to bring up Ben Hammett. Ben, 1 for 3. Kansas native, now resides in Nixa, Missouri. First appearance with the Springfield Metropolitans for Ben Hammett. Little change of scene for him. This is swung on. If it stays on the playing surface, Cole has a chance. Are you serious? He catches it in foul territory. Then they try to throw to get the runner. Van Gorp didn't come up with it, and so Chaffin is safe at third because nobody was on the bag. Both Cole and Simpson ran over after the foul ball, but a spectacular catch by Caleb Cole to get the out. In a 5-run game, that runner doesn't matter a whole ton. Brings up Fackrell. 0 for 3 today. Two outs, runner on third. First pitch to Fackrell swung on, missed. Rob, Springfield, Missouri, playing for the hometown club. Whew, that ran in. Nice little slider there, looked like from Jacob Wright. Was moving in toward the right-handed batter. Don't forget, coming up at 6 o'clock, it's baseball night in the Ozarks. Moon City Mavericks, Ozark Mountain Ducks. Here's a swing and a grounder to short. Cole up with it for Republic. His throw across in time for the out. So, 1 run goes on the board for the Mets. An RBI single for Clay Murphy. They lead 8-3. We will go to the bottom of the 7th, and that will be it. One last chance for the Locos as we have hit the time limit. Back with more right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Clay Murphy back to work for the Springfield Mets, and he can finish it here. All he's got to do is get 3 outs, and that'll be it. We're in the bottom of the 7th, but this game has hit the 2-hour, 35-minute mark, so that means by the rules of engagement in the Grip and Rip League, we are at the time limit. So an 8th inning will not be allowed to commence unless the Locos score exactly 5 runs. Anything less is a Mets win. Anything more would, of course, be a walk-off win for Republic. So here we go. Defensively, Mets. What are we doing here? Yep, back out as they came off for the last one. It's Brashler, Carter, and Waters in the outfield. Matlock at third, Blem at short, Hammett at second at 45 years old. Tyler Rusk holding it down at first. Robert Fackrell behind the plate. And Clay Murphy to the hill. Struck out 4 batters last inning and gave up an unearned run. He'll face a pretty good part of the order here for the Locos, the 2-3-4. Simpson, Van Gorp, and Arts. Simpson stands in the left-handed box. There's his fastball for a strike. That looked like another heater, but that was in, so 1-1. Next offering to Simpson. Looked like that was off the catcher's mitt back to the screen. 2-1. Mets trying to improve to 1-1. After suffering a 10-inning loss to the Showmen week 1. Swing and a miss there. Swing and a drive into left. Jared Brashler adjusts, settles, and makes the catch. So 1 away. Here's BVG Ben Van Gorp. Doubled back in the first, took a walk in the 5th, so he's 1 for 2 today, but has reached safely twice. Woo! Little cement mixer. Van Gorp mildly incensed at a favorable call perhaps for Clay Murphy. Nevertheless, down 0-1. Now make that 0-2 as Murphy fooled him bigly with a changeup. 0-2 to Van Gorp. That's outside. Slider out makes it 1-2. Van Gorp, big open stance. Murphy missed out again. So this game, I've just gotten official confirmation it has hit the time limits. So this is it for Republic. Last gasp, down 8-3. Van Gorp gamely fouls one back to stay in the hunt. Two, that hit him on the left shoulder blade. That slider did not slide. Here's Jon Bortz, 1 for 2, single and a walk. The Barber. Out of Mineral Area College, originally from Salem, Missouri. He's 24 years old. And owner of a budding coaching career in the Midwest Nationals organization. Coached the summer collegiate team along with his good friend from the Springfield Metropolitans, Jaron Dishman. Here's a chopper. Murphy off the mound to get it. Makes the throw over to Rusk in time. So that's out number 2 in the books. Locos down to their last out. Cole Hazelhorst goes to the plate. So Cole is 0 for 2. Couple of flyouts to the outfield. And he got hit by a pitch in between them. Native of Woodstock, Georgia, just northwest of Atlanta, trying to get something going. Runner goes. Nobody challenging Van Gorp as he swipes third. Clay Murphy trying to hang on for the Mets. They're playing pretty well straight away for Cole Hazelhorst. Outfielders at medium depth. Here's a swing and a towering foul ball. Well up and out of play to the lower concourse. Don't forget, if you are new to GRBL fandom, baseball night in the Ozarks coming up tonight at 6, and the second time Cole Hazelhorst gets hit. The way he flipped the bat, right on the base of the number 7 numeral on his back. Cole Hazelhorst not happy about that. Understandable. Well, here's Trey Simpson. He's 2 for 2 today. Runners on the corners for Republic. Simpson doubled out to right last time. Had a single back in the second. In between, had a walk in the fourth. So it's been a good day for Trey Simpson, in spite of it being a hard day for the Locos. Wild pitch, but a quick bounce back from the wall behind home plate keeps the runner Van Gorp at third. It does move Hazelhorst up to second base. So we are sputtering toward the finish line here, perhaps. 1-0 for Trey Simpson. That's up. 2-0. Again, coming up tonight, 6 o'clock, Ozark Mountain Ducks, Moon City Mavericks. Skylar Henson has the ball for Ozark against Andy Galley for Moon City. The league's number 1 and number 2 all-time strikeout leaders. Two and one. Simpson swings. This is grounded into play. Rusk, the first baseman, with it. The underhand flip to Murphy. That is the out, and that is the ball game. 8-3. The Springfield Metropolitans get the win. They defeat the Republic Locos First win of the season for the Springfield Mets. Locos, meanwhile, fall to 0-2. Our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game for the Springfield Metropolitans was 3 for 4 with a run batted in. That is Mark Blim, swinging a hot bat right now. Mark Blim, the Metropolitans' third baseman, now with 4 hits and 3 runs batted in 2 games. His start for the Dark Empire has been a very good one. And he's playing a pretty good third base as well, defensively. So Mark Blim, your Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game. Taking a look down the order here. I do believe, yeah, it's one of those kind of scorer's discretion on a winning pitcher, so we'll just say Chris Matlock had 3 shutout innings to get this thing started for the Metropolitans. We will take a break, step aside, come back, try to talk things over real quick with somebody from the Mets, and then we will bring you the 6 o'clock game between the Ozark Mountain Ducks and the Moon City Mavericks. Back with more right after this.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Ransberger back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park, where the Springfield Metropolitans are winners, improving to 1-1 by dispatching of their rivals in the GRBL North Division, the Republic Locos, by the score of 8-3. Pleased to be joined by a couple of the guys who helped get it done, Chris Matlock and Mark Blim. Chris, we'll start with you. Big strikeout. I don't even know if you knew this was coming. Came into the game today with 99 strikeouts in your GRBL career, and number 100 came for you in the second inning today as you got Chris Meza on strikes. Did you know that was a possibility today?
I knew it was a possibility. I wasn't really trying to strike anybody out. I was just trying to throw some strikes and get people off the field and back in the dugout.
On a day like today where it's hot and sweaty and 100 degrees, I'm sure that was the order, was just work as quickly and efficiently as you can.
That was the plan.
So nevertheless, you're just the 7th player in 8 years of grip and rip baseball to join the 100 strikeout fraternity. So, I mean, I know you're not a guy who necessarily gets wrapped up in the individual things, but that's got to be special for you.
It's a good thing, yeah. It's always good to do something, you know, you come out here and play team sport, but everybody likes to do their own thing too, so it's a good feeling. Has your style out here changed too much just as you've aged and as your GRBL career has gone on? Yeah, it's a lot more difficult, especially when it's 105. I know you've entered the fatherhood fraternity since we talked last. Did you go to the well and feel that mythical dad strength, as they say? You know, 2 babies in a year it's a tough one, and it's a good thing. I just wish maybe I'll be playing long enough for them to come out here and look at it. That's kind of my hope as well. I joined the dad fraternity myself this past year, so now I have to keep doing this long enough for the kids to actually remember it. So we'll see how that goes. So Mark, come over, a longtime member of the Ozark Mountain Ducks, but you're with the Dark Empire now, the Springfield Metropolitans, and seems like the dark side's treating you pretty well.
So far it is. It was definitely odd playing on the other side of AK and all those guys at the Jamboree, and a little odd at first, but yeah, it's Brock Draft's a good team. It's a great group, and yeah, just having fun right now.
Now you and Brock Chaffin have history working together off the field, both working on hitting, and then with Rube Bats, you've kind of been the apparel producer, so it's not like you're totally walking into a strange land.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Me and Brock have gotten to know each other pretty well over the last couple years or whatever it's been with the Rube stuff, and yeah, it's been good. Good to get the dub there. We wanted to start off with one last week, but it's good to get one today for sure, especially in the heat.
1-1 feels a lot better than 0-2, I'm
Absolutely.
sure. So what were you thinking on draft day as you kind of saw this Mets roster together and started to see some of the names? Skylar Carter, Jared Brashler, Harrison Waters. I mean, this is a good club.
I mean, I guess I'm always biased, but I'm always, when I see the draft, I'm like, yeah, we're the best team in the league, But no, it's we have a lot of returners. I think the only true rookie is Tyler Russ. Is that right? Yeah. And Tyler can mash. I mean, he's he's a player for sure. So I think I like our chances right now for sure.
So Chris, what about you? You know, reunited with Brock Chaffin. You were a Met back in 2020, so it's got to feel good.
It is, yeah. I looked at our team, and I actually Blem texted me before I even knew, and he's like, "Hey, I guess we're teammates again." So, you know, I like playing with Blem. He's a good guy. So.
You guys
likewise
played together with the High Rollers in 2019, and then you've been adversaries really ever since. Or no, you had the year with the Mountain Ducks with AK.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So hey, you
COVID
guys.
year.
Yeah.
Guys have a pretty good history. That's really cool.
Holding down the left side there for the last 3 innings.
Yeah, Chris, I was a little disappointed you didn't get a sharp grounder, but what did that mean to you to go first to get your 100th strikeout, but then more importantly, you're a third baseman now.
Not a PO.
That's right. PO and a mound.
And swinging a good bat. I mean, you had a double today.
Yeah, I looked really terrible in the first at bat. I was really tired. It's kind of hot. And the second one, I just stayed on a curveball and hit it down the line.
But I mean, look, people make jokes about, I think I even said you had a swing where I said, yeah, that looked like a pitcher's swing. But I mean, you've been for real. You got 14 at bats last year with Moon City and got 7 hits. So you legitimately did hit 500, and then you go out there and get a double today. So
it's just I'm just all about not striking out even like that today, but I just try to put the ball in play, and good things happen usually.
Well, I mean, I noticed you own batting gloves, so
I had to get some. Yep.
Yeah, I asked him at tryouts, like, you gonna have a bat? He has a glove, we know that, but
yeah.
So you guys,
a whole repertoire now.
Yeah, it's Chris Matlock batting is absolutely for real, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it, my friend. So you guys come back high noon, August 27th, Sunday. You get the Moon City Mavericks, so another divisional game, and that's going to be big in terms of the standings. Looking forward to getting in there and mixing it up with Daniel England's club.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I played on it last year, so pay a little payback for not drafting me this year.
I mean, would you like to eventually see yourself, Chris, extend up to being a 5-inning guy again?
Yeah. If it wasn't 105, I would have went 5.
Hey, I'm not faulting anybody for any amount of pitches thrown or not thrown today.
It was definitely warm.
Well, we will let you guys continue to enjoy the air conditioning and enjoy being winners on a GRBL Sunday.
Perfect.
Thanks, Rance.
Chris Matlock, Mark Blem, the Springfield Mets, 8-3 winners today over the Republic Locos, and for the moment anyway, are sharing first place in the GRBL North Division. Moon City Mavericks about to hook up against the Ozark Mountain Ducks. We're going to stop this stream. We're going to very quickly start a new one and bring you Mavericks Ducks in just a few minutes. So, for our director, Derek Sako, my name is Rance Berger. For all those involved, good night from Ozark, Missouri.